Welcome everyone. Today we're playing another rhyming deck. This is the Ain deck. All of our cards are rhyming with Ain. So we have a card that flies through the air like an airplane, a card whose electricity is an infinite chain, a card that can't go outside when there's rain, a card that uses propane because that's obviously an explosive gas, a card that looks like cellophane because cellophane is kind of that clear, shimmering material, a card that's used by those with no brain, a card that's associated with Bruce Wayne, and then a card that is probably on cocaine. So this is the Ain deck that we're going to be trying today. And just yesterday I went on to, not just yesterday, I do go on this more than just yesterday, but I guess I kind of noticed it yesterday. But I went on to the YouTube studio, where you upload videos and can look at your numbers and analytics and all that. And I went on there to kind of look at the numbers, see how things were doing, seeing if there was any particular video that you guys watched a lot of or that you liked more, that got more likes. I don't really know. I was just, I went on there to see if there was, see if I could figure anything out. And the numbers were not, they weren't very good in the sense that, um, it kind of gives you little like recaps, little summaries, and one of the things that it noted was the click-through rate, which was essentially, when your video is recommended on the YouTube homepage, what percent of the time do people click on it? And I think a normal click-through rate is like between 3 and 5 or 6%. And a really good click-through rate, like if you have a really good appealing thumbnail and people click on it more than usual, it might be between 7 and 10%, if it's a really good click-through rate. And a lot of my videos, I think the average for my channel was like 2 or 3%, and there are some videos that have even less. Like there are some videos that are, like there's one of mine that I think is less than 1% or like 1.5%. Like the numbers, essentially what that was saying is, your YouTube videos, people don't really click on them because the thumbnails aren't good, and the thumbnails aren't, super catchy, and they don't draw people's attention. That's essentially what it was saying. And then it also had a little recap that said, here's the average length of time that people watch your videos for. And for the average, for the average 7 or 8 minute video, most people watched for, I think it said 3.5 minutes or so was the average time that people watched. But on my videos, the average watch time was a minute. And so, it was like, essentially what the numbers said was your thumbnails aren't really appealing, people don't really click on your videos, and then people also don't really watch your videos either. They don't stay and watch. Like, you don't have an appealing hook. And so the numbers were not good. But on the other hand, I don't really want to, like, I could probably make the click-through rate better if the thumbnails were more thumbnail-y. Like, if they were more, like some of the recommendations it gave were like, put a shocked expression on the title. So like, put a little thing of me going like, oh, or, having some kind of reaction that made people want to click on it. And I didn't want to do, like, it just felt like that wasn't really me. Like, it wouldn't really be true to character, because I'm not a very expressive person. I tend to be more just grounded. I'm not super emotional, so it just felt like it wouldn't fit the channel. It wouldn't fit. It would feel fake, is what I'm saying. And I like the thumbnails the way they are. Like, honestly, the thumbnails just being really clean and simple, and being the Clash Royale environment, and just having some kind of character there that represents the deck that I'm playing. Like, maybe it's not the most clickable one, but it's like it's I guess it's kind of my style of thumbnail. Like, it's just clean and simple, and And so I don't really know if I want to change it, even if the numbers aren't very good for what it is now. And I know I could probably make my intros more appealing by just being, a more excited person, being more upbeat, but like that would also, like, I can do that up to a point, but if I go to the extreme with it, I think it would just feel, I think that would also just feel a little bit fake. And so I guess what I'm saying is, even though the numbers are not great on the videos, I don't really think that I could change it without still being myself in a sense. And I'm very aware that I'm aware that I'm not an entertaining person. I'm not entertaining. And I'm not saying this so that you guys can go to the comments and be like, "Oh no, we love you. You are." Like, I'm not saying that for any of that. I'm very aware that I'm not an exciting person. I'm very, very grounded, very kind of neutral, and for some people that's great. For YouTube, I don't think that's great because the numbers typically don't do well when you're not those things. But I guess all I'm saying is I think it's important for the channel to feel kind of honest. And I just felt like if I made the thumbnails really clickbaity and if I kind of changed things up, I don't really know that it would fit my character very well. I don't know that it would be a very accurate representation of kind of who I am. So that's all I'm saying. And um, it seems like a lot of you guys do like the thumbnails and whatnot, but again, it's not doing great numbers wise. But that's why I haven't really changed it yet. Is just because I want the channel to be true to character and whatnot. So let's try to win. I think all three players been playing the hero mini P.E.K.K.A. I think so. I know two have, but I don't know about. Can't remember if the first guy was playing it or not. I mean, I can't blame him. It's a good card, but we are gonna lose this if we don't get some kind of damage. And I think, yeah, the Demolisher is gonna connect, and if the Ghost splashes, then it may be over. I mean, we all know he's going to try to put a Royal Giant in front of this Hunter. I guess not. I don't know if Lightning Cycle is going to be enough, and we do have Zappies for his next Royal Giant. Alright, this E-Drag should do a pretty good job of cleaning that up, and then if we go with a Lumberjack, then I wonder if we could go with a Speedy Demolisher, maybe? Speedy Demolisher to win the game? It won't get to the tower, but it'll do a pretty good job of cleaning all that up. And he could just... I mean, he could just Lightning Cycle at this point, because there's not a whole lot I can do to break through a Hunter and an Evo Ghost. Yeah, well, we did our best. We did our best there. Maybe we didn't get the win, but hopefully you still enjoyed the video. And oh, actually, I haven't opened one of these yet. I think these are just 4. All right. Seems a little stingy, but fair enough. Anyway, hope you guys have a wonderful day today, and I will see you all soon.